Hey guys, every day you wake up and wrestle with things you cannot command without realizing it. You place your peace of mind on the bargaining table and trade it for things you cannot command: approval, outcomes, timing, other people's choices, shifting opinions, and a future that refuses to give guarantees. Then you wonder why you feel powerless, or you don't suffer because life is cruel. You suffer because you keep asking life to obey you, but it never will. Or what if I told you that peace is not something you chase, but something that appears the moment you stop demanding control over what was never yours? This is not motivation. This is not comfort. This is discipline, and it begins with desire. Most people don't realize this, but they are not tired because life is hard. They are tired because they are fighting the wrong battles, and slowly, almost invisibly. This drains your peace. The ancient Stoics saw this pattern 2,000 years ago. Not in books, but in real human suffering. They understood something modern life keeps hiding from us. You don't need more motivation. You don't need better circumstances. You need a stronger inner system. That system has 3 foundations. Foundations 1. Desire. If you want the wrong things, you will suffer even in success. Peace begins when you stop wanting what fate can take. Foundations 2. Action. In a chaotic world, doing the right thing is harder than ever. Yet meaning is not found in outcomes, only in how you move through the world. Foundations 3. Assent. Nothing controls you until you agree to it. Your thoughts decide your emotions. Your judgments decide your life. We've divided it into 52 weeks to help you to practice Stoic principles according to the 3 foundations above, grouped into 3 parts. Each week starts with a lesson and with a practical exercise related to the lesson. In this video series 3 Part 1, if you want peace, stop wanting the wrong things. 17 weeks. 2. Move correctly in a chaotic world, 18 weeks. 3. Nothing controls you until you agree to it. 17 weeks. We will build and practice according to those 3 foundations, slowly, clearly, and honestly, not to escape life, but to face it unshaken. This is not philosophy for reading. This is philosophy for practice, surviving and living well. If you're ready to stop being pulled apart by things beyond your control, then take a breath. And let's begin practicing with video series 1 titled, If You Want Peace, Stop Wanting the Wrong Things. This series consists of 17 weeks of practice. Week 1. What's in your control and what never was. Imagine opens with city chaos, traffic blaring, inbox flooding, coffee spilled. Cut to you, standing still in the middle of it all. You've probably been told you're in control of your life, but if that were true, why does one email ruin your day? Why does one driver's anger infect your bloodstream? Why do you feel the ground shift beneath your feet when plans collapse this week? We start with the first truth of Stoicism, the one that splits the world in 2. What is fully in your control, and what is not. No matter how much you wish it were, it's not that the outside world is against you. It's that you've been placing wrong bets. Your happiness staked on the opinions of others. Your peace held hostage by outcomes you cannot dictate. You don't control your boss's reaction. You control the intent behind your effort. You don't control the weather, your body's aging, or someone else's love. You control the judgment you place on those things. You are not the director of the universe. You are the author of your response. This week, you're not here to fix the world. You're here to learn what's yours to hold and what must be let go. So try this each night. Pick a moment from your day. Write down 2 columns. What was in your complete control? What wasn't? Don't overthink it. Let the practice shape you. At first, the line will be blurry. You'll want to control everything. That's the illusion breaking. Let it break. And when it does, you'll find it the center of calm in a chaotic storm. The unshakable within the shakeable. The Stoic in the storm. You begin here. Write. Reflect. Release. Repeat. See you next week. Week 2. Redirect your desire. Reclaim your peace. Imagine fades in a medical office. Cold white walls. A woman waits, heart pounding. After a routine checkup, she exercised, ate well, did everything right. And yet now, she waits, powerless. Here's the punchline of life. You can do everything right, and things can still go wrong. Last week, you began to separate what's under your control from what isn't. This week, you learn what to do with that knowledge, because here's the trap. Even after realizing that the promotion, the diagnosis, the weather, the outcome isn't yours to command, you still want it. Desire is tricky. It doesn't care about truth. It cares about comfort, and when your comfort is tied to things outside your power, your peace will always hang by a thread. But there is another way. Instead of desiring results, desire right action. Instead of fearing outcomes, fear the loss of character. You don't need to desire perfect health. You need to desire wise choices, daily movement, good food, adequate rest. You don't need to obsess over whether they like you. Desire only to be kind, courageous, honest, and real. If your focus is doing your part well, then regardless of what happens, you win. This week's practice. Review last week's list of things outside your control. Notice where you craved those things or feared losing them. Now, shift the target. What was under your control that day? What would it look like to desire that instead? Example, don't crave approval. Crave the discipline to show up prepared. Don't fear rejection. Fear speaking falsely or acting dishonorably. Desire wisely. And the universe cannot defeat you, because peace isn't found in what you chase. It's found in what you choose to let go of chasing. This is the discipline of desire. This is where your inner freedom begins. Week 3. Take the outside view. Imagine a man sits alone in his car after a long day. The world feels heavy. Deadlines missed. Conversations replayed. His thoughts spiral. But if a friend sat beside him, he'd know exactly what to say. Calmly, kindly, with perspective. Strange, isn't it, how we can be philosophers for others, but prisoners to ourselves? We see clearly through their storms, but our own fog blinds us. This week's Stoic lens is about perspective, but not the kind you force with affirmations. This is strategic detachment, a powerful shift from I to you, from inside the storm to the one watching it from the mountain. Epictetus puts it plainly: when someone else's cup breaks, we say, "These things happen." But when ours breaks, we wail. We forget the universe plays no favorites. Suffering feels personal, but it's rarely unique. So here's your tool, the outside view. This week, you will write nightly about a problem, a worry, or a moment of distress, but with a twist. You will not write as I. you will write to you. You're overwhelmed. You're afraid. But this too will pass. Why? Because when you switch to second person, you create space. That space is where reason lives. That space is where Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations. That space is where clarity returns. You become your own advisor, not your own attacker. And more than that, you begin to feel for yourself the way a Stoic feels for others, not with pity or panic, but with steady sympathy. Modern science agrees. This technique, called self-distancing, reduces anxiety, improves decisions, and cools emotional storms. But the Stoics knew it long ago. You don't need to numb your feelings. You need to reframe them. You're not failing. You're zooming out. You're not weak. You're training. Write your life like you'd advise a friend because, as it turns out, you're one of the few friends who will always be there. And it's time you spoke to yourself like it. Week 4. Step into another's mind. Imagine opens a long line at a bank. A man sighs loudly as he waits. When he finally gets to the counter, the teller responds bluntly. The man's jaw clenches. "What a jerk," he mutters. Freeze frame. Now rewind. This week, we turn the lens outward. Not to judge, but to understand. If week 3 was about taking distance from your own pain, week 4 is about doing the same for others. It's about seeing the storm inside someone else before you get swept up in their thunder. Marcus Aurelius reminds us when someone wrongs you, ask what judgment led them there. Not how dare they, but what must they believe for that action to make sense to them. Every harsh word, every cold shoulder, every perceived insult comes from a value system, a worldview, a fear, or a desire that's more often than not misplaced, not malicious. The Stoics believe no one sins on purpose. People act wrongly because they misjudge what is good or bad. So instead of raging, you investigate. This week's practice. Each night, reflect on someone who frustrated you. Ask what did they value in that moment. Comfort, control, approval. Then ask, have I ever chased that same thing? Finally, ask what virtue could I practice to respond better next time? For example, if someone snaps at you, and you suspect they were seeking control in a chaotic situation, remember when you did the same, then choose to meet them with patience, not fire. This isn't about excusing bad behavior. It's about liberating yourself from the chains of automatic anger because anger is a shortcut to self-destruction. Compassion, that's strategy. And with practice, you become unshakable not because no one wrongs you, but because you understand why they do and choose not to follow them there. This is what it means to rise above, to see clearly, to choose deliberately, to forgive wisely, not for them, for you. Week 5. Make peace with what you cannot predict. Imagine opens in slow motion, a runner mid-stride, training hard for months. Cut to a single misstep, a snapped tendon. Silence, all plans vanish. The frame fades to white. You can do everything right and still get blindsided. That's not failure. That's nature. And the Stoics knew this. They didn't resist it. They trained for it. This week is about going deeper into the discipline of desire, learning not just to let go of outcomes, but to shift what you fear. Epictetus says, if you are averse to sickness or death or poverty, you will be wretched. But if you transfer aversion to only what is in your control, you'll never be disappointed. Read that again. It means you should not fear losing your job, fear becoming dishonest, lazy, or bitter when you do. Don't fear being single, fear becoming unkind, cynical, or dependent. It's not the event, it's how you respond. That is your realm. Here's the practice. Reflect on something you've been afraid of lately. Ask, is this fear tied to something outside your control? Then ask what inside your control could make that fear irrelevant. Example, you fear public failure. Why? Because you crave praise and fear shame. Both are external. But what if your standard was, did I speak honestly? Did I act courageously? Then no audience could ever rob you of success. The Stoic doesn't numb fear. They redirect it. They build a fortress within, and from that place, they walk into uncertainty, not with arrogance, but with unshakable preparation. This week, you train your desires to align with what is always yours to command. Your intention, your effort, your values, your voice. All else is wind. Let it blow. You are learning to sail by the stars, not the waves. Week 6. Remember what you are training for. Imagine a soldier rises before dawn, not to fight, but to rehearse, to drill, to prepare. The war isn't here yet, but it will come, and when it does, he will not panic. He will remember what he practiced. This week, the Stoics call you to shift how you see discomfort. Most people avoid it, escape it, complain about it. The Stoic, they study it. Why? Because discomfort is feedback. It tells you where you're weak and where you have work to do. Seneca wrote, a setback has often cleared the way for what is better. Many things have fallen only to rise to more exalted heights. Modern life tricks you into thinking it should be smooth, that success means fewer problems. But if your peace depends on ease, you're a slave to chance. So instead, this week is about reminding yourself why you're training and what that training really looks like. It looks like showing up even when you don't feel like it. Choosing calm instead of snapping back. Letting go of irritation when someone cuts you off. Saying no to that impulse that doesn't serve you. Tiny things, unseen things, but each one a rep. Each moment you resist the pull of comfort, ego, or impulse. You reinforce the muscle of your inner fortress. This week's practice. Choose one small discomfort to lean into each day. It could be taking a cold shower, or holding your tongue, or doing the task you dread first. Don't do it to suffer. Do it to strengthen, and after you do it, reflect. What did I feel? What did I learn? Did I grow more unshakable? Because training isn't glamorous, but it's where freedom is built. No one sees the Stoics' quiet war. No one hears the thoughts you overcome, but when life strikes, and it will, you'll be ready. Not because you hope to be, but because you trained. Week 7. Do the right thing, then let it go. Imagine a man stands before a locked door. He knocks. No answer. He knocks again. Still nothing. He begins to panic until he realizes he's done his part. The rest is not his. You've been taught to obsess over results, over likes, over grades, over applause, over whether it worked, but here's a Stoic truth that cuts deeper. The outcome is not yours. The effort is. You're not responsible for winning. You're responsible for showing up rightly. This week, the Stoics challenge the modern ego: act rightly, then release the result. Why? Because if you hinge your peace on whether your effort worked, you're handing your inner life to fate, to chance, to crowds, You ask, did they appreciate me? Did I get credit? Did it all pay off? But the real question is, did I act with virtue? That's the Stoic scoreboard. This week's practice is surgical one. Each day, pick one meaningful task or interaction. 2. Do it with full intention, clarity, and virtue, kindness, courage, discipline, honesty. 3. Then consciously let go of the outcome. This is not passive. This is not giving up. This is choosing to plant the seed and walk away. The Stoics remind us a farmer does not yell at the soil. A doctor cannot control the body's healing. A leader cannot force loyalty, and you cannot force the world to cooperate, but you can always make the next move wisely. That's your realm. That's your craft. That's Stoic excellence. And when you train in this, when you act rightly without attachment, you stop swinging between hope and fear. You begin to stand still, calm, certain, composed, like a sculptor who knows the art is in the carving, not the crowd. So this week, carve carefully, then let go. You've already won. Week 8. Don't let the world decide who you are. Imagine a man scrolls through his phone. Notification after notification, praise, criticism, applause, silence. His expression shifts with each ping until he puts the phone down and looks in the mirror. Who am I when no one's watching this week? We dive into one of the deepest snares of the modern mind, external validation. And the Stoics. They warned us long before social media was born. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Epictetus. Think about that. Most of our lives are built reacting to what others think. You wear something to be seen a certain way. You say something, hoping it lands. You hold back, fearing their judgment. But here's the problem. The crowd is fickle. One day, they praise you. The next, they forget you. They don't know your full story, your intent, your heart. So the Stoic says stop outsourcing your identity. This week's practice 1. Each day, notice one moment where you feel your self-worth rise or fall because of others' reactions. 2. Pause. Ask what part of me just flinched. 3. Then ask who do I want to be, independent of their opinion, and then act from that place. Your goal isn't to become immune to feedback. It's to become anchored in your values. You are not a feather on the wind of popularity. You are a rooted tree, tested by seasons, and when you live this way, you'll disappoint people. Good. You'll be misunderstood. Fine. You'll lose shallow applause and gain something rare. Integrity, autonomy, peace. Remember, even Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, said ambition means tying your well-being to what other people say or do. Sanity means tying it to your own actions. So let the world misjudge you. Just don't let it remake you. This week, you don't play the part. You become the person. Week 9. Beware the seduction of comfort. Imagine a cozy room, warm light, soft chair, everything easy, everything predictable, but something gnaws at the man sitting there. A dull restlessness, not from pain, but from stagnation. Comfort isn't always your friend. Sometimes, it's your prison. This week, the Stoics ask you to confront a dangerous lie. If I just had more comfort, I'd finally be at peace. No, you'd finally be numb, because comfort is a byproduct of alignment with virtue, not the goal itself. Epictetus reminds us freedom is the name of virtue, slavery of vice. None is free who is not master of himself. In modern life, You're offered countless freedoms: the freedom to scroll endlessly, to order food with a tap, to avoid anything unpleasant. But true freedom, it's the ability to not be ruled by impulse, to say no when it's easier to say yes, to take the stairs when your body begs for the elevator, to feel a craving and not obey it. This week, you will 1. Identify one comfort you rely on too heavily. 2. Gently reduce or remove it for a day or for the full week. 3. Observe what arises: irritation, excuses, boredom. 4. Use that discomfort as your training ground, not to punish yourself, but to remember you are in command. Example: skip your phone for the first hour of the day. Walk instead of drive when possible. Sit with a craving for 5 minutes before deciding. Each of these is a rep not for your body, but for your will, because the goal isn't to live in discomfort. It's to know you can without losing yourself. Comfort can be beautiful, but only if you're not addicted to it. This week, strip away one layer of ease, and in that space, rediscover something far more powerful than pleasure: discipline, autonomy, self-respect. The Stoic doesn't fear hardship, they train for it. Week 10. Don't borrow suffering from tomorrow. Imagine a woman lies awake at 2 a.m., eyes wide. She replays tomorrow's meeting, next week's bills, a future illness that hasn't come. All the ghosts of what might happen swarm her mind while the present lies untouched. This week is about your imagination, not the creative, joyful kind, but the one that drags you through pain that hasn't happened. The Stoics called it anticipatory anxiety, and they knew it well. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca: how many days have you lived twice? Once in dread, once in actuality. How many moments have been wasted fearing outcomes that never came? Your mind is powerful, but without discipline, it becomes your tormentor, conjuring futures, inventing catastrophes, scripting conversations that never occur. So the Stoic task is simple and difficult. Stay here. This week's practice 1. Each day, catch yourself in the act of future worry. 2. Pause. Ask, is this happening now, or am I rehearsing fear? 3. Return gently, firmly to the present. Some tools to help. Grounding your breath. 1 cycle at a time. Naming 5 things around you. Saying aloud, this isn't real. It's a thought. You can also apply a Stoic lens. What part of this future is in my control? What's not? What virtues can I prepare now to face whatever does come? Because training your mind is not about empty positivity. It's about precision. You don't deny the storm may come. You prepare your ship, but you don't sail out every night, imagining every possible wave. That's not strength. That's surrender to fear's theater. So this week, when you catch your mind racing forward, call it back, not with violence, but with command. You are not your thoughts. You are the one watching them, and the present moment, however ordinary, is the only one that will ever ask you to act. Don't abandon it for shadows. Week 11. Choose to respond, not react. Imagine a teenager slams a door. A coworker sends a passive-aggressive email. A stranger cuts in line. Time slows. You feel your jaw tighten, your chest clench, and in that tiny space between stimulus and reaction, your future is decided. The world will provoke you. That's guaranteed. People will be rude. Traffic will crawl. Plans will unravel. But your reaction, that's your art. This week, The Stoics ask you to master the most sacred second in your day, the moment between trigger and response. Epictetus said, "It's not things themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them." When you lash out, it's not the event, it's your interpretation of it. "He disrespected me. She's doing this on purpose. I can't believe this is happening." But here's the truth. You're never reacting to reality. You're reacting to the story you told yourself about it, and that's good news because stories can be rewritten. This week's practice 1. When something upsets you, pause, even for 3 seconds. 2. In that pause, ask, what did I just tell myself about this? Is there another, more generous story I could choose? 3. Then, respond intentionally, not impulsively. You don't need to become passive. You don't have to roll over, but you do have a choice. Anger wants you to forget that. Ego wants revenge. Impulse wants control, but your highest self, it wants freedom, and freedom begins the moment you realize you are not a puppet of your moods. You are the sculptor of your reactions. When someone wrongs you, you can breathe instead of bite. When you feel insulted, you can inquire instead of attack. When emotions rise, you can observe them without obeying them. This isn't weakness. This is mastery. Anyone can react. The Stoic chooses. Week 12. Train the mind. Tend the garden. Imagine a neglected backyard. Weeds choke the soil. Dead leaves gather. No storm caused this. It was simply unattended, left alone. Nature reverts to chaos. So does your mind. This week, we face a hard truth. If you don't direct your thoughts, they will direct you. You can have the best intentions, noble goals, a morning routine, but if your mind is left untended, if you do not actively choose your thoughts, something else will choose them for you. That something: old patterns, past wounds, fear, ego, noise. Epictetus warned, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. So what color are yours? Do they lift you toward courage, clarity, compassion, or pull you into resentment, self-pity, judgment? The mind is not a machine. It is a garden, and every thought is a seed. Dwell on offense, and you'll grow bitterness. Ruminate on worry, and you'll harvest anxiety. Practice gratitude, and peace begins to bloom. But this isn't about positive thinking. It's about mental ownership. This week's practice is the Stoic version of pulling weeds. 1. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes daily. 2. Recall one recurring negative thought or mental loop you've been feeding. 3. Write it down, then challenge it. Is this true? Is it useful? Is it in my control? 4. Replace it with a new thought aligned with Stoic virtue. Truth, courage, justice, temperance. Repeat this daily. It may feel small, even silly, but it's not. This is the invisible discipline that changes everything, because your mind isn't just where you think. It's where you live, and every moment you spend training it, you reclaim lost ground, left untended. Weeds will take over, but with practice, you become a gardener, still, quiet, sharp, and from that place, clarity grows. Week 13. Embrace the temporary nature of all things. Imagine a child lets go of a balloon. It rises, drifts, disappears into the sky. He cries for a moment, then smiles again, chasing something else. The balloon, it was never meant to stay. Everything you love will change. Everything you fear will pass. Nothing in this world is permanent, and this week, The Stoics ask you to stop pretending otherwise. Seneca said it bluntly, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Let us balance life's books each day." That's not dark. That's liberation, because when you forget impermanence, you cling to people as if they're yours. You hoard time like you're owed more. You get blindsided by every goodbye, but when you remember everything is on loan, your body, your possessions, even your relationships, you start to treat each moment as sacred. This week's practice is both subtle and sacred one. Choose one ordinary thing each day to practice letting go of mentally. A cup of coffee, a conversation, a familiar routine. 2. As you engage with it, remind yourself this too will pass. Let me be fully present before it does. 3. If something upsets you, pause and ask, will this matter in a year, in a week, in an hour? The Stoics weren't cold. They loved deeply, but they loved with the awareness that everything is temporary. This doesn't cheapen love. It sharpens it. Imagine kissing someone's forehead knowing it might be the last. Would you not be gentler, grateful, more awake? That's the gift of impermanence. It wakes you up to this breath, this touch, this sunset, this life. You were never promised more time, only this moment. So don't just seize the day. Let it move through your fingers with grace. This is what it means to live deeply without clinging, to hold life the way it holds you, gently, briefly, beautifully. Week 14. Own nothing but your character. Imagine a fire sweeps through a home, photos lost, clothes gone, furniture turned to ash. A man stands among the ruins. Empty hands, but inside him, something unburned, unbreakable, untouched. What do you truly own? Not your house, not your status, not even your body. All of it can be taken by accident, decay, betrayal, or time. The Stoics knew this, and so they placed their trust not in possessions, but in character. Epictetus wrote, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This week, the discipline is radical and rare. Let go of the illusion of ownership, because when you tie your identity to your stuff, your reputation, or your circumstances, you live on a razor's edge. Lose the thing and you lose yourself. But when you invest in your character, you become fireproof. You may lose money, but not your honesty. You may lose applause, but not your integrity. You may lose comfort, but not your courage. This week's practice 1. Identify 3 things you feel overly attached to, things you say you need. 2. For each, ask asterisk. If this disappeared tomorrow, who would I become asterisk? What inner quality could I cultivate that no one can take? 3. Then spend the week strengthening that inner quality. Example: if you fear losing your looks, build self-respect rooted in kindness. If you fear losing your job, sharpen your resilience and discipline. You are not your possessions. You are not your followers. You are not your paycheck. You are what remains when all of that is stripped away. And that core, that's what the Stoics call virtue. That's your true wealth, your unstealable treasure. So this week, loosen your grip on the external and tighten your grip on your soul, because storms will come. But the Stoic, they stand in the ashes, undestroyed. Week 15. Let impermanence be your teacher, not your enemy. Imagine autumn leaves fall silently across a bench. A couple sits in stillness. No words, just presence. They both know something most people run from, that this moment, this season, this chapter will end. You've spent most of your life avoiding endings, clinging to youth, fearing change, trying to freeze the good, but the Stoics remind us you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. Marcus Aurelius. This isn't morbidity, it's clarity, because when you see clearly that everything is temporary, your fears shrink and your priorities sharpen. This week is about walking with the ghost of impermanence, not to dread it, but to let it refine you. Everything you've ever loved has a clock ticking. So does your pain. So do you. And once you truly feel that, not just know it, you begin to live differently, more awake, more honest, less wasteful. This week's practice 1. At the start of each day, whisper this to yourself: I am not guaranteed the end of today. 2. Before each important action or conversation, ask, if this were my last chance to say this, would I say it differently? If this were my last time doing this, how present would I be? 3. At the end of each day, write down one thing you would do again exactly the same if it were your last. You'll begin to notice a quiet shift. Petty frustrations lose power. Complaints feel embarrassing. Gratitude becomes automatic. The point isn't to be somber. The point is to live on purpose, because those who forget they're mortal waste their moments. But those who remember, they smile wider, love deeper, act cleaner. This week, you don't run from impermanence. You bow to it, not because it's sad, but because it's the reason any of this matters. Week 16. Keep your peace of mind in mind. Imagine a man sits at a crowded dinner table. Arguments swell around him. Politics, opinions, pride on parade. He lifts his glass, smiles quietly, and doesn't enter the storm. Not because he's passive, but because he's free. This week's Stoic lesson is simple in form, difficult in practice. Protect your peace ruthlessly. In a world that profits off your outrage, distraction, and reactivity, your calm mind is revolutionary. Marcus Aurelius reminds us you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. But what is peace of mind? Really, it's not smiling through everything. It's not detachment from reality. It's inner alignment. Living in agreement with your values, not your impulses. It means not getting pulled into every argument, not letting every comment bruise your identity, not trading long-term stability for short-term validation. Peace of mind is a muscle. It must be trained. This week's practice 1. Each morning, ask what is likely to disturb my peace today. What virtue can I use to meet it? Calm, courage, patience. Silence 2. During the day, when you feel disturbed, pause and say, my peace is too valuable to give away for this. 3. Each night, reflect, did I guard my peace? If not, where did I trade it, and was it worth it? This is not weakness. This is the power of restraint, the strength to not be provoked. You can be fierce without being frantic. You can be passionate without being poisoned. You can speak without being shaken, because peace is not passive. It's strategic, and in a chaotic world, your calm is your armor. So this week, guard it like treasure. Let them ran. Let the noise rise. Let the world spin. But you will sit at the center still, steady, sovereign. Week 17. Build a fortress within, not a cage without. Imagine a man obsessively double-checks every lock, alarm systems, cameras, panic buttons. He believes he's protecting himself, but the truth, he's imprisoned himself. The real danger isn't outside, it's within. We all seek safety, but most people seek it in the wrong place. We build walls, chase wealth, control others, all in the name of feeling secure. But the Stoics flip the script. No fortress is so strong that it cannot be taken, except one mind well governed. Epictetus. This week is about a powerful shift from external control to internal command. You've been trained to seek stability in your environment. If only they would behave. If only I had more money, more time, more guarantees. But the Stoics knew the world is wild, uncertain, uncontrollable, and trying to control it will only exhaust you. So instead, they ask, what if your strength didn't depend on safety? What if you built a life where nothing outside could shake what's inside? This is what it means to build a fortress of character. This week's practice 1. Identify one thing you're trying to control that is not fully yours. Someone's behavior, a situation, an outcome. 2. Write down, why do I feel unsafe if this doesn't go my way? What virtue can I practice instead? Patience, trust, courage. 3. Begin the slow shift. Release control of the external. Reclaim strength in the internal. You will feel the tension. That's good. Let it teach you. Every time you let go of the illusion of control, you gain something better, inner command. Because a Stoic doesn't fear the winds of change. They fortify their souls so completely that no storm can reach them. This is your last week in the discipline of desire. And perhaps its most powerful reminder, you already have everything you need. Now learn to live like it. As this video series comes to a close, take a moment not to analyze, not to judge, but simply to breathe. You've just walked through ideas that are ancient, yet deeply human, not promises of an easy life, but reminders of a stable one. The Stoics never tried to control the world. They trained themselves to meet it, and that is what this journey was about. Learning to desire wisely, to act with intention, and to guard the mind before it turns against itself. You may not feel transformed overnight. That's not the goal. Real change doesn't arrive with fireworks. It settles quietly, like strength returning to the spine. From here on, life will still challenge you. People will still disappoint. Plans will still break. But now, something is different. You know where your power lives. Not outside, not in outcomes, not in approval, but in your response. If these reflections helped you slow down, think more clearly, or feel a little steadier, consider staying with this channel. Not for motivation, not for noise, but for reminders, because in a loud world, wisdom must be returned too often. Take what serves you, practice it gently, return when you need grounding, and as you move forward, I wish you health in your body, luck in your efforts, peace in your mind, and quiet happiness in the life you are building. One deliberate moment at a time. See you in the next video.